morning, good afternoon and good evening, students of the world. I'm Christian Davis, coming at you from A-Level Titans. Now this video will be on demand for goods and services. So what is demand? Demand is the quantity of goods or services that consumers are willing and able to buy in a given market in a given time period. So demand can be broken down into individual demand and market demand. Individual demand is demand by individuals for goods that they are likely to buy, and market demand is just the total sum of individual demand. Now it's important to note the law of demand. The law of demand states that as a goods price falls, more is demanded. Now we can represent the law of demand on a demand curve. So what we have here is, take for example strawberries. The price of strawberries starts at P1. The price of strawberries falls to P2. So what we have here, at first the price was P1, the quantity demanded was Q1. When the price falls to P2, quantity demanded is Q2. So this here is showing the law of demand. Now there are many factors affecting demand, and these are called the conditions of demand. And when we talk about demand curves, we apply the centus paribus assumption. This is Latin for all other things being equal, and all these other things are the conditions of demand. The conditions of demand are the price of substitute goods, the price of complementary goods, personal income, tastes and preferences, and population size. So when we talk about substitute goods, we mean things like Apple and Samsung. If the price of Apple increases, then the quantity demanded for Samsung will increase. When we talk about complementary goods, we mean things like CDs and CD players. If the price of CD players go up, then the quantity demanded for CDs will fall. Of course, personal income is an obvious one. If we have less personal income, then we can demand less. Taste and preference is another thing. If I don't like something, I'm not going to buy it, so there'll be less demand. And population size. If there's bigger population, then there'll be a bigger impact on the market. Now, it's important to note that if any of the conditions of demand change, then the demand curve shifts to a new position. So, when we mean shift, we can either mean an increase or a decrease in demand. Now, take for example the substitute of goods. If, say for example, the price of Apple stays the same, but the price of its other competitors or its other substitute goods increase, then the quantity demanded of Apple will increase. And this can be shown by a new line on our demand curve, and I'll label this D2, but this one D1. And D is just short for demand. And we put arrows to show that there is an increase. So here, now, the new quantity demanded will be Q3, because more is demanded on every level. So quantity demanded for Apple has increased from Q2 to Q3. So this is really important to note because this is throughout economics, throughout micro, throughout macro. And so it's important to note that this is an increase in demand, and if I had to draw arrows pointing the other way, it would be a decrease in demand. Now, a movement along a demand curve is the movement from the price. The curve doesn't actually move itself, it's just the price level that moves in result of maybe the movement or anything, or a decrease of something else. And see you.